Good evening, VC. Dave here. Going to respond to Bill's contest from the channel Vinylverse. I'm a new subscriber to the channel. Guy shows some really good stuff and has put out there a really cool contest for 100 subscribers. So it's 3 parts on this deal. And the first thing he wanted was to show some records of live performances. So being a jazz guy, I have got an enormity of fantastic live albums, and I'm going to show just a couple here. And then the second part was to describe a great concert experience. I was a roadie for a band back in the 90s. I'll get into that. So yeah, and then I film bands as part of my living. So, and I've been doing that for 18 years. So I've got just endless stories. We could go on for days and days, but I'll try to do the best I can to keep this one short. And then the third part would be, talk about a band that you would have wanted to see live that you cannot. So we're going to start in with the live records. And the first is the Georges Arvanitis Trio in concert. This is a live performance from, there's 2 sessions here, one from 1969 and one from 1970. This is a trio of Georges Arvanitis on piano, Jackie Sampson on bass, and Charles Sodris on drums, nicknamed Hollywood. This was the trio that played with Ted Curson on his album Pop Wine, the great Ted Curson trumpet player. This is absolutely just effing badass. This is on, let's see, what label is this? It's been a while. It's a French label, Futuro Records. Highly recommended. Amazing, amazing playing on this. And so the next group of records, Tom up in Connecticut in the VC and I were just talking about this. Anytime a jazz musician shows up to play Montreux in Switzerland, they absolutely bring it to no end. And I think it's because it's one of the premier jazz festivals in the world that, yeah, anybody that's been invited is going to throw down. And I've got a few live records from Montreux in Switzerland, and yeah, the first, Larry Coryell, Fairyland. This guy on the guitar just absolutely rips it up, and I don't even know if you call this performance jazz at all. I just call it badassery. Yeah. This is on the Flying Dutchman series. This was from June 18th of 1971. There's a few versions of this record out there that can be had for just a few dollars. Pick this up. The next, also recorded live at the Montreux Jazz Festival, Ahmad Jamal, Free Flight on Impulse. This was put out in 1972. Amazing Ahmad Jamal performance here on piano. Another one. Just don't sleep on this. If you see this record, I think I got this for $8. And then you have a double album, McCoy Tyner Enlightenment. Just pure intensity front to back at this performance. Again, live at Montreux. It's just a stunning, stunning performance. If you are unfamiliar with McCoy Tyner, he was a piano player for John Coltrane. This is later on in his career and is unbelievable. Just a few other live records here that really happy about this contest. This is really cool. We were listening to this last night. Got this record at a convention for $3. The Hal Galper Quintet, Speak with a Single Voice. Live performance in New Orleans, another place that if you're going to play live, you know, the history there runs the deepest when it comes to jazz. And if you're not bringing it, you're going to get kicked out of the damn club. Yeah, these guys slayed it. And Hal Galper's got an album called Now Hear This, and they played the title track from that last. And this is the different lineup. You've got the Brecker brothers here on trumpet and sax. Absolutely unbelievable. Highly recommend this record. Get it for $5 on Discogs. Next record. This is the Gary Bartz NTU Troupe. Man, this is a live performance. Name of the album's called Home. It's on the Milestone label. Geez, when was this recorded? In Baltimore, Maryland, at the Left Bank Jazz Society. March 30th, 1969. Gary Bartz on alto, Woody Shaw on trumpet, Albert Daly on piano, Bob Cunningham on bass, and the great Rashid Ali on drums. Absolutely amazing live performance on this one. Definitely grab this if you can. And we have probably one of my favorite trumpet players outside of Clifford Brown. That would be Lee Morgan. Live at the Lighthouse. Yeah, this is a double album. You've got Benny Maupin on tenor, flute, and bass clarinet. You got Harold Mayburn on piano, Jamie Merritt on bass, and Mickey Roker on drums. Quite a different lineup for Lee, and this is absolutely amazing. Yeah. Again, this one you can get cheap. Next, I think this was somewhat of a limited press. Not too certain about it. I haven't done a whole lot of research, but Eric Dolphy, Berlin Concerts, double album, recorded in 1961 in Germany. Some of the best of what Eric Dolphy has to offer right here. Highly recommend this record. And then I've got a new release from this past record store day. Up and coming trio from Seattle. Fantastic organ player Delvin Lamar and his trio. This is live at KEXP radio station there. This is really fantastic stuff. If you record stores still have this in, pick it up. This is put on Coal Mine Records out of Ohio, and yeah, fantastic. And the band actually played Record Store Day at the record store in Ohio that put this out. Fantastic. I have just one more to show here, and that would be on Impulse, John Coltrane offering live at Temple University. You've got some amazing tracks on this, put forth in quite a different way. Crescent, yeah, it's nothing like what's on the album. They were out there at this point, and And yeah, this has even got John on some vocals here. Probably the only thing you're ever going to hear John on vocals. And there's a few reasons for it, but yeah. This is from November 11th of 1966. Extremely intense, just way intense. And you've got, of course, his wife on here on piano and harp. Alice is some of the stuff she does on here is probably the favorite part of this record for me. I believe, yeah, I believe is Pharaoh is on here, and Rashid Ali again. The great Pharaoh Sanders. Yeah, amazing stuff. So the next part of the contest is to talk about some live concerts. Been to a million of them. Some that stand out for me. The one that stands out the most, and probably the best show I've ever seen, is Lungfish. And if you're not familiar, they're a group from Baltimore. It was on the Discord label out of DC. And got the honor to see them up in Philadelphia. I live in Charlotte, and we got a round-trip ticket out of Raleigh for $80. And three of us went. We were meeting a friend up there. And yeah, $80 round trip. And they were playing at, I'm trying to remember the name of the venue. I gotta grab some stuff here. I still have the flyers. Lungfish at North Star Bar, Philadelphia, which I don't believe the club is still there any longer. But picked up some really cool artwork there from the show of Daniel Higgs, the lead singer. This was really damn cool. Of course, the Great Lungfish. This is the album cover from Pass and Stowe. Any case, got to talk with Daniel Higgs just for a few minutes before they went on. That was really cool. And man, what an intense show. They were just playing unbelievable. And it's very repetitive stuff, rock, just one of the most amazing grooves you're ever going to hear on everything they've done. And there was this like 6'9" or 10 guy up front where we were, and at the end of one of the songs, he yells at Daniel, "Hey, your mom's gay." And Daniel hears the guy, because this is not the biggest of venues. I mean, it is not big at all. I don't know what the capacity was. It couldn't have been, I don't know, 300. And he gets on the microphone and says, "Hey man, you know, in America, it's not cool to say something about someone's mother like that." And the guy goes, "Yeah, but your mom's gay." So as soon as this guy says that again, Asa, the guitar player, throws his guitar down and jumps out into the crowd to go after this guy. And Asa's not he is a small man. And our friend was there, and at the time he was a sheriff in Virginia. And he grabbed and he was friends with Asa. And he grabbed a hold of Asa and stopped him from going after this guy. And they brought security in and kicked the guy out, thank God. But after that, it was a benefit to us because the show got more intense. Daniel was pissed. He took the microphone and in the middle of a song, threw it up against the brick wall They were just going off. He jumped down into the crowd right in between me and my friend Joe, and they were playing the song "Lay Yourself Aside." Just freaking killer. So intense. Yeah, there will never be a show that can rival that for me. So yeah, that would be the one. Of course, there's been all kinds of other great shows over the years that I've been part of, either filming or being a roadie. I was roadie for a rap rock band here in Charlotte, Five Times Down. We got pretty big for a while. We have a song on the Carrie 2 soundtrack. Yeah, I played with a lot of bands back then: Limp Bizkit, Stuck Mojo, Nothing Face, geez, I mean, Clutch. A lot of crazy times, a lot of crazy shows. One live show I will mention was in Charlotte. It's at the big amphitheater. It's changed names over the years. At the time, I believe it was a Blockbuster Pavilion. Our crowd did the most damage in the history of that venue. About $15,000 worth. Uprooted all the bushes, destroyed concession areas, knocked over barricades, fought with police. Absolutely fantastic. So yeah, that's what I'll give. I can go on for absolutely weeks talking about shit like this. But anyway, we'll go on to maybe a band that I haven't seen live and would have loved to, that I'm not going to have the opportunity. That would be a band out of Portland called The Standard. And they had about 4 records, and this was one of their best. And I actually have it on vinyl. It's actually very rare to even find it on vinyl. It was on Yup Rock Records. And this one is the album Wire Post to Wire. I imagine this is on YouTube. If you're not familiar with this band, check it out. Unbelievable stuff. Just amazing. Rock, just amazing vocals, such a dynamic band. They used to play on stage live, all facing each other in a circle, blowing all of their own minds. They had to face each other to play. I mean, to get it out, because it's that fucking badass. Yeah, I would have loved to have seen that. Didn't have a chance. They all had kids and whatnot. So anyway, congrats on the 100 subs, man. I think you're probably in Charlotte right now, where I live. Get in touch, man. I'll take you around, and I know all the good digs around here. Peace.